What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. Do me a huge favor and leave a like on today's video if you do happen to enjoy it, because this really helps out the video as well as the channel itself. Here we are. I'm not gonna lie, y'all did see the video of me saying I was not gonna be doing no more reviews, but I told y'all one of my last hunts that I definitely would end up probably doing a review on these things, considering how good they actually look, as well as I do want to cater to a larger audience other than just SH Figuarts, because not everybody collects just SH Figuarts. A lot of people collect Figuarts, Irwin, Jakks Pacific, Dragon Stars, even the Dragon Ball statues. I definitely feel like it's important for me to reach that audience as well. But now off rip, like I said, I was not expecting to get into this line of figures. I'm not gonna lie, I tried to stay really far from it. And that's not saying that they ever look bad or anything, because I really did like how these figures look. I just try to stay more on the SH Figuarts line, because once I pick up one figure from a line, I end up having to get everything. Then it sends me down a rabbit hole of collecting something completely different other than Figuarts. But with these figures, I don't have that issue, considering they look really good. I feel like what really sold me on it will be this Super Saiyan 3 Goku right here, man. When I was in Target, I did see it. I seen the shading on it. I seen how well the hair is sculpted. I also see how good the actual body looks. It reminds me a lot of the 3.0 Figuarts. And right then and there, I knew I had to pick it up, so I ended up getting it. Of course, I had to double back and get the base form Goku as well as the new Vegeta. They both also look really good. This reminds me a lot of the Saiyan Rays on Earth Figuarts, as well as the colors on this remind me a lot of the new Super Saiyan release of Vegeta. Yeah, man, they just look really good in the packaging. Now, when I get them out and pose them around and see how good they are, will they hold up to that? We will definitely see. So with that being said, let's get into it. On the outsides of all these boxes, you get some live artwork. I really do think that these are the best looking boxes as far as Dragon Ball figures. Even personally over the Figuarts ones. Figuarts are more that premium look, but I feel like this just reminds me a lot of my childhood in the Dragon Ball figures. I love the images that they have of the base form Goku on this box, as well as the Super Saiyan 3 Goku on this box. Of course, you get the image of Vegeta as well. I feel like it looks really good as well. I wish there was a way to be able to take these out and be able to put them back in, because I really do like the style of boxes. But once you bust these things out, you pretty much might as well throw the box away at that point. With these style boxes, they definitely push more towards leaving them in the box and hanging them up on your wall, which I definitely feel like that is the best look for these. But with that being said, let's get to the back of the box. On the back of each box, you pretty much had the same exact thing going on. You have some pictures of the figure itself, as well as some brand logos, and there's pretty much nothing else going on in the back of these boxes. Hey man, like I said, I really like how these boxes look. They definitely would work if you are a box collector to hang them up on your wall. I feel like that is the best look to go with. But with that being said, let's go and get into the figures itself. And here we are with them outside of the packaging. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I did have to stand this one kind of to the side, because his hair, bro, it's like a balancing act trying to get him to stand. Which, I mean, every Super Saiyan 3 figure of Goku is like that. Even the SH Figuarts one. And man, I'm trying to tell you off rip, I really like how these things look. For them to be 5-inch figures and to be as cheap as they are, they look really good. I can also tell you from feeling them in hand, I had bought my son some Dragon Ball Evolved figures in the past. And feeling these ones in hand compared to the older ones I got him, it is night and day with quality. The joints are super tight, as well as the quality of the plastic itself is way better than the older ones, which leads me to believe that they definitely have to be selling good, considering that they upped the quality on these things, as well as they painted in the boots, because on the previous ones, they did not paint the boots at all. They even painted Vegeta's boots, and like I say, even his boots on the older ones, they did not paint. Yeah, man, let's go ahead and bring the Super Saiyan 3 Goku in for a closer look. Like I said, man, for this thing to be a 5-inch figure, bro, I used to have the Irwin and Jakks Pacific jump when I was a kid, and bro, I'm trying to tell you, if you were to compare one of those things at that 5-inch size to this, it is night and day, bro. They did really good with this thing. I'm loving how this figure looks. I'm glad they're doing some paint work on these things now, considering they're doing shading in the actual hair itself, as you can see, as well as the hair itself is painted in this like metallic sheen type of yellow color, which does glow when you hit certain lighting, which I like that a lot about this figure compared to the older ones. Because like I said, recently looking at the older Super Saiyan Goku that they have, the hair is just translucent yellow hair. Definitely is not painted like this at all, and I'm really, like I said, loving how this looks. The overall sculpt on this thing looks insane. I'm loving how this figure looks from head to toe. Like I said, I love the sculpt of the hair itself. I feel like it looks better than the Figuarts hair. It reminds me a lot of how the Kong Studio Super Saiyan 3 Goku looks. I feel like that's the best looking Super Saiyan 3 hair we've seen on the figure. And yeah, man, like I said, the sculpt of the body itself reminds me a lot of a 3.0 Figuarts. It pretty much is the exact exact same type of joint system that they're working with. And it just honestly makes this figure look insane, bro. I really like how this thing looks. If you bring it in and take a closer look at the face, you can see that the eyes have been actually 3D printed on, which I don't think they did that in the past. I think it was just painted. As well as you get the blue that's wrapped around the pupil itself. It just looks really good. I love this face sculpt on this thing. I do feel like the eyes might be a little too far apart, making it look a little childish. But I mean, it's not too bad. I feel like it definitely still looks enough like Goku. And yeah, man, I don't really have much else to say as far as how this figure looks. Like I said, I really like how it looks head to toe. I have nothing negative to say about this figure as far as how it looks. I feel like it looks really good. We'll go ahead and get into the articulation with this one. As far as head movement, we do get a little bit going up. As far as going down, we don't get too much. Coming into the arms themselves, they do go up about that much, which is a good amount. They do have a bicep swivel as well as a single jointed elbow, as well as you do get some pivot at the wrist. Arms can rotate all the way around. As far as him bending over, paws, we don't really get anything, which I mean, that's just like the Figuarts Goku's. As far as going back, you do have a little bit. That's even just like a Figuarts Goku. You do have a swivel at the waist. Coming out to the legs, they do go out about that much. He can do a full split. As well as they do kick up about that high, and they do go back about that much. Has a single jointed knee. It does have pivot in the actual foot itself, as well as it does go down about that much. It does also go up a good amount as well. That'll pretty much wrap up the review on the Super Saiyan 3 one. I would definitely get a figure at 10 out of 10. With that being said, let's get into the base form Goku. And here we are again with another good looking figure. I love what they did with this figure. It reminds me a lot of the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku. And I also feel like they definitely captured the look of Goku with his face as well. Better than the Super Saiyan 3 one. Better than any of the evolved Gokus I have seen. I feel like this one looks the most like Goku. Goku's base form look is just such an iconic look. So I really love having this figure in hand. Especially when it captures that look perfectly, just like the Saiyan Raised on Earth Figuarts does. And yeah, man, head to toe, like I said with the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, this thing looks really good. I'm loving the fact that they are finally painting the boots on this thing, as well as I did notice that it is a matte paint and not a gloss paint, which makes it look even better. I'm really loving how this thing looks head to toe. I have nothing to complain about with this figure. I really like how they finally put the symbols on this thing, man. It is crazy how they were able to get it so perfectly 3D printed on there. And again, what's crazy, I feel like the symbol is low-key better than the Figuarts one. Every gi where it had the symbol that I've had, whether it was Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku, or even the new Superhero Goku, the symbol was somewhat faded a little bit. On this figure, you don't have that issue. It's an exact flat type of black on here and a flat white. It is not that off-white type of color that is on some of the symbols on the Figuarts. And yeah, man, I'm just really liking how this thing looks from head to toe. It really looks good. For, again, a $10 figure, bro, I really think they went crazy on this thing. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation coming into the head. We do have a little bit going up. Going down, we do have a little bit going down. It's not too much, but you do have a decent amount. Coming into arms, another thing I really do like about these figures, it has like a makeshift butterfly joint right here, which does help you get a little bit more range in the arms. But as far as going up, they do go up about that much, which I'm not gonna lie is the same exact amount as a Saiyan Raised on Earth Figuarts. The arms do rotate all the way around, as well as you do have a bicep swivel, as well as a single jointed elbow. You do have pivot at the wrist. Coming out to the torso, it's pretty much gonna be the same as the Super Saiyan 3 one. It don't have much going over. It does have a little bit going back, but not too much. Coming out to the legs, again, I really like how this looks a lot like a 3.0 Figuarts, but he can kick out that much, do a full split. His legs do kick up about that high, as well as they go back about that much, which I mean, that's just like Figuarts as well. Again, has a single jointed knee right here, as well as you do get pivot in the actual foot itself. It goes down about that much, and it also goes up about that much. And yeah, man, that'll wrap up the review on the base form Goku. I'm not gonna lie, I really love how the figure is. It definitely is a 10 out of 10. I'm loving how the thing overall looks, has really good articulation for the size. And with that being said, let's jump into the Vegeta. We are jumping into the Vegeta. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I really love how the face looks on this thing. I really feel like they captured Vegeta's look, as I feel like all of the evolved Vegetas look just like Vegeta. The only issue I have with the evolved Vegeta would be the super short hair. I don't know why they keep doing that with these figures. I don't know why his hair is that short. Even in the newer Dragon Ball Super, his hair is still not that short. I feel like it definitely is a little bit shorter than it used to be, but it is definitely not this short. This reminds me a lot of Gohan's hair, not Vegeta's. I really do hope they improve that in the future. But with that being said, man, the face, like I said, to me looks just like Vegeta. I think they did really good with this face sculpt. Pupils might be a little too close together. I feel like they can be spread out a little bit more, but it does look like Vegeta still. Again, I'm really loving the overall sculpt of how they have Vegeta looking, because I feel like with figures like the Dragon Star series Vegeta, Dragon Stars have never captured Vegeta's look right. He always looks super lengthy and have him way too skinny. I feel like this Evolve line though, I feel like they definitely captured that look of Vegeta. It reminds me a lot of the Figuarts one, and that's something else I did want to touch on, is the colors of this Vegeta. They literally went with pretty much the exact same color palette as the Super Saiyan Vegeta that we do have in the Figuarts line. There's that same type of almost Sharpie color blue, as well as that more off-white type of white on the Saiyan armor, as well as that more gold look as compared to a yellow look on the armor. And I feel like it just makes this figure look even better than it already does, bro. Like I said, on this one as well as the other ones, head to toe, I have nothing to complain about. It looks really good. And again, even on this figure, they had that same 3.0 type of body style on it. And yeah, man, head to toe, I'm really loving how this thing looks. Like I said, I wish they do better on the hair. But other than that, I don't have nothing negative to say about it. I really like how this figure looks. With that being said, let's get into the articulation. As far as looking up on this figure, you do have a good amount looking up. As far as looking down, you do have a decent amount. Not too bad. You really don't get that much. Coming into the arms, they do go up about that much, which I definitely would say is higher than the Goku ones. They do rotate all the way around, as well as you do have that same bicep swivel and single jointed elbow. You do have that pivot in the wrist, but the joints on here are super tight, so I'm not really getting too much with this one. But I'm definitely not finna complain about that. I'd rather it be super tight than super loose. Pause. As far as Vegeta bending over, pause, you don't really get anything with this figure. As far as going back, you do get way more. I do like how it does not get super gappy like the Figuarts one. It does have a little gap, but it's not as bad as the Figuarts one. You do have some upper movement in the upper torso, as well as you have a swivel right here at the waist. Coming down to the legs, you do get about that much going up to the sides, which again, this Vegeta could do a split just like the other figures. As far as this figure kicking up, you do get about that much, which isn't too bad. You don't really get too much going back. This figure does actually have double jointed knees, which I find weird considering the other ones don't, and you could hear how tight this joint is, bro. He nonetheless does have double jointed knees. Again, coming down to the feet, you do get some slight pivot, as well as they do go down about that much, and they do go up about that much. And yeah, man, that'll pretty much wrap up the review on the Vegeta. Now, I definitely will be giving the Vegeta a 9 out of 10. The only reason I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 is because I feel like they could have did better with the hair. I definitely want to see them improve on that, but everything else on this figure, bro, I feel like this figure as well as the other two are really good figures. 100% recommend these things if you're looking to pick these things up. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the figures down in the comments. Let me know if y'all gonna cop them or not. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like. Like I said, that really helps out the video as well as the channel. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. With that being said, I'm out. Stay tuned.